we are doing a March Madness enrollment push to reach our fellow college basketball fans, especially young adults, before the March 31st deadline.
The White House enlisting, yes, the NBA in a push to get young people enrolled in Obamacare, getting them in the game when it comes to this really signature issue of the White House. It is a huge deal for the president here. And according to the website younginvincibles.org, the president needs 40% of Obamacare enrollees to be between the ages of 18 to 34. Young people, hey, they tend to be healthier. They're needed, in effect, to help subsidize the older and more expensive enrollees. But so far, more than 5 million people, while nationally, have signed up. The White House is looking to up that to 7 million by the end of the month, and it needs 2.7 million of the total enrollees to be what we call the Young Invincibles. I'd like to welcome my next guest here, younger than the rest of us at the table, Aaron Smith, co-founder and executive director of the nonpartisan and nonprofit organization Young Invincibles. Aaron, thank you. Listen, what is both the biggest misconception on the part of that age group about this plan, and what is the biggest misconception about the people trying to get them into the program that they don't realize has been the hurdle why they haven't?
Yeah, so first off, this age group, 18 to 34, is the most uninsured age group in the whole country. There's about 19 million uninsured young adults. And what most folks don't understand about the group is, for the most part, they're uninsured because of the economy. Basically because coverage costs too much.
It's not out of choice, it's just that they
No,
can't.
poll after poll shows that they would buy insurance, but, you know, more than half of us now don't get insurance through our jobs, like maybe our parents used to. We're out of work at much higher numbers. You know, we're struggling in this economy, and that's generally why we're not purchasing insurance. So the new law does provide all these new options. Like, for example, if I'm an average uninsured young adult, I might be able to get insurance for less than $50 a month. But still, a lot of young adults don't have that information.
And also, wasn't it one of the few things that actually got communicated clearly from the new plan was, hey, now you can stay on mom and dad's plan until 26, right? Isn't that one of the other hurdles to say, I'll worry about this later after I got a full-time gig and I can have my own place and everything else. I don't have to worry about this like I used to. That's almost a competing message, right?
Well, it's a little different. About 3 million young people have signed up on their parents' plan up to 26, which has actually brought down the uninsurance rate for young people. But there's still a lot of young people out there who don't have that option. You know, their parents might not have insurance themselves. Maybe they're separated from their parents. Maybe they're over 26. There's a whole host of reasons. And like I said, that might have filled about 3 million young people got coverage, but there's still about 19 million left over. And the vast majority could get subsidized coverage through the new exchanges. And so that's the message we're trying to get out before this March 31st deadline, which is less than 2 weeks away.
Okay. Now, how to reach the folks? We talked about the March Madness. I've seen some of the ads where you've got, you know, basically keggers going, and then girls in bikinis like, come on down here and sign up for the Obamacare plan. To me, hey, if this is what you got to do to get them to sign up, but I also found it a little patronizing here to some of the folks to say, how stupid do you think we are? You're much closer to this than I am. Am I right at all, or was this effective marketing?
Well, I think you're right that I don't think anybody, but especially young people, want to feel like they're being sold a bill of goods. Right? Yeah. You know, we don't necessarily need the slick advertising campaign. What we need are facts about how much is this actually going to cost me. You know, if I know that this is going to cost me $50 a month or it's going to cost me $100 a month, that affects the decision I'm going to make and the kind of plan that I'm going to choose. How much is this penalty if I don't buy insurance? It's about 1% of your income. So that's an important fact for young people to know. I think we generally start at Young Invincibles from the point of let's give you the facts that you need. Now we've got March Madness coming up. We've got these moments when we can get the message out there. The president did a video recently, the Two Ferns video that reached over 12 million people online. So it's a good way to get the message out there, but it starts with giving people the facts.
You're on a college campus. I'm curious. Is the challenge the indifference, or is it the misinformation about this? Why aren't more people that you see, younger people, motivated to sign up for this thing if they haven't already?
Well, first of all, most of my students are in that I'm going to hang on until I'm 26 on my parents' camp. Secondly, I think it's mostly lack of information. I was going to ask you, why don't people sign up? What do you find is the biggest hurdle?
Yeah, I think once we give them the information, people think that actually this is quite a pretty good deal. Getting insurance for $50 a month, to cover you in case you do get sick or injured, which actually young people go to the emergency room more than any age group under 75, is a good deal.
Really?
But, yeah.
Why is that? Do you know?
Well, first off, many of us don't have primary care doctors.
Right.
So where are we going to go when we do get sick, or get injured playing sports?
I didn't think I was going to get sick when I was 23.
No.
The first stop is often the emergency room. And so it's actually smart policy, right? You want people to have a real doctor rather than going to the emergency room. But for a lot of young people, that's been the
Aaron,
source
how much
of
of it
first
is,
care.
God, this is going to be complicated. They got scared off by the site's rollout. How much of it is, yes, there's economics, but then there's the other thing to say, I don't want to navigate this thing. I'm not going to spend 6 hours hoping that I can talk to a human being.
It is complicated. There's no.
Still?
It is a complicated and important financial decision. And the message we give to young people is, look, this is about being an adult. This is about being responsible. You're not only protecting yourself, but if you do get these big medical bills, your parents might have to step in. The government might have to step in. We all need to be responsible and cover ourselves.
Your gut instinct, where we are right now on the calendar and the numbers that we have to hit, and this population better than all of us. Does the administration get there? Is it easier to sell every week, every month? Or are folks just saying, I'll deal with it when I have to?
I actually think we're in pretty good shape. They just passed 5 million enrollees. I think the new target's close to 6 million, so which seems within striking distance. So far, about a quarter of the enrollees have been young adults. In Massachusetts, which is the closest example, they got up to about 30%. So again, we're not that far off. And we're starting to see that surge in interest and excitement. So it's starting to work. The website's obviously working well now, and that's had a huge impact. And we're getting creative about getting the message out. So
well, good for you, first of all, for actually taking some initiative in this. All of us can complain and mock the site or talk about the opposition's, politicization of it, but actually getting your hands dirty and getting involved and getting people lined up for it. Good on you, Aaron Smith. All right, thank you very much. And again, the group here, the Young Invincibles Project. Matthew, thank you so much. Guys, thank you all very much. When we come back on the other side of the break, it is Wednesday evening, so we bring our attorneys into this, and there's a couple of questions close to home here that I got to get their takes on. Like one, you might like this one. Can a kid sue their parents over college tuition? And more than that, what right does a father of a child have here if the mom doesn't want him in the delivery room? We're going to be talking about a couple recent cases and more right after this.